Right, so we're back for section number 4 of the Siu Nim Tao. So we'll begin in the iris as normal. Ready position. From here I open the left hand and I press directly downwards. No extra movement. The arm stays close to the body, fingertip stays backwards, straight down. I'll perform the same on the other side. Gum Sao. From here I roll around to the back, pull my shoulder back, my hands make a diamond shape behind me. I press behind me, back here again, roll round to the front, elbows and shoulders stay low, and I do the double Gum Sao to the front. Okay, so I'll show you from the rear position. Gum Sao, Gum Sao. This is the diamond shape I refer to. Make sure you pull your elbows and your shoulders backwards, press, again pulling your fingertips back towards you, diamond shape, roll round to the front, double Gum Sao. From here, we're going to perform the double Lan Sao. So directly move, bend at the elbows, so you end up right here. The center line should go between your arms. My fingertips are above and below each other's elbows. Okay, so this is the double Lan Sao. I open elbows first, then hands for the double Fak Sao. I should be able to see both of my fingers in the peripheral. I pull back to the double Lan Sao position, but this time arms right over left. From here, left hand first. Fingers go up, elbows come over. The elbows are on my nipple line now. Double Gum Sao. Rotate the hands. So I'm rotating on this point over here. It's very important that I'm not doing this. Okay, I rotate directly on this point over here. So I'm changing the lines of attack. I bend my elbows 90 degrees, lift up. Same thing for the Jat Saos. I rotate here, then directly over. Double Jat Sao, double Bu Sao to my own eye height, keeping the arms locked and my hands parallel to the earth. I go down for the double Gum Saos, up for the T Saos, so wrist just below my chin height. Rotate back. Okay, so let's put the details in there so we can actually apply these in combat. Okay, so firstly, when I deliver this first Gum Sao to the side, I can drop my shoulder to give the shoulder butt, which you'll see works very well in the application. Pull the fingertips backwards because sometimes I need to lock the joints and tighten the connective tissue so I can lock my opponent away with structure. Okay, so I'll press down for the first Gum Sao. Press down on the other side the same way. It's important that I roll my shoulders backwards because this is going to give me a better range of motion so I can deliver more power when I'm giving the palms to the rear. I roll to the front. I keep my elbows and the shoulders down. So as I roll to the front, I load up my spine and then I palm directly in front of me. Pull my fingertips backwards, okay? So I'll be here. I go straight up to the double Lan Saos. Two ways to do this. One, I have the double Lan Saos over here. My center line goes through the arms. Okay. If I have this position for Borojivan, right, if I have this position for double Lan Saos, right? If I press him to the full, okay. If he first of all he concaves his chest, he gets his back involved here, and there's a slight rotation of both of his arms. He starts to lock the connective tissues. There we go. So now he can root so much better. Okay? First way to do it. Second way is I can have the Lan Saos lower, nearer to the navel, and this is more reliant, or this is advocates the elbow and hip connection over here. So if Jivan has a lower Lan Sao, he drops his shoulders, drops his elbows. He starts to sink, and yeah. He counterweights with me with his pelvis over here. Okay, so this is the other way to perform the Lan Sao. Both are correct, both have their very individual applications, okay? Next is the Fak Saos, double Fak Saos. So from here, I'm gonna open my body, right? So I've concaved my chest again, I've loaded my back. I'm gonna whip through, articulate my legs through my pelvis, my spine, open my chest with the Fak Saos leading from the elbow, wrist and fingertips out to the side. not backwards, not backwards. One of my old Sifus had me doing the Faksas right against a wall, thousands of repetitions to make sure that I wouldn't go backwards, because if I did it hurt my fingers, so it was very self-correcting exercise. So from here, concave the chest, I'm going to wave through and open for my double Faksas over here. Okay, I'm going to pull back, leading with the elbows. Again, bring everything together, concave the chest again, get the back involved, roll over for the double jump saos. Now the jump saos, I've got to make sure that the elbow is on the nipple lines on both sides, okay? Firstly. Secondly, I've got to make sure that the arms aren't at this angle. I want to try and occupy the upper and mid gate with my jump sao over here. Gives me far more protection, okay? From here I open, changing the line of my opponent's attack, so, or Jeevan again here, right? Simple things like this, very, very simple things. If I rotate, if Jeevan punches, my hand is just like this, he's going to hit me, okay? If I have a closer look, please, come closer, all right? So from here, if I just keep my hand like this, obviously Jeevan hits, okay? If I do the Tan out incorrectly, look, Jeevan still has the angle to hit me, all right? I keep my wrist here, I open just there, elbow stays where it is, I rotate over, look what it does. Takes him completely offline over here. If he's very strong, if he's pressing through, I'll just segment my body, absorb it, and then redirect him somewhere else. Okay, so changing this whole section over here, teaching you how to subtly change the lines of attack from your opponent, okay? So from here, the double Tan sao, the tok is the lifting motion. Okay, so I bend my elbows 90 degrees, then I lift up with my back. I turn the palms over and I drop using my body, not the elbows. I don't want to pull my elbows back towards me, okay? I drop and then I deliver the bu saos. The arms are very relaxed when I do this, so I make sure I don't lock my joints or hurt myself. All right, it's very important over here. The palms stay parallel to the earth and I perform the long bridge gum sao. I can't just use my shoulders. I need to, again, use my core, contract the core, use my spine, drop the weight. Exhale over here. This will help with the contraction. Bend up the wrists, using my back again. Lift up for the T sao and pull back. So we'll go through some applications over here real quick. So we've got the gum sao. The gum sao, for instance, if I want to put somebody in a lock of some description, I can't just hold him here with a bent elbow, right? If I keep my elbow bent and he's Hercules strong and he pushes into me, it's going to destroy my structure, okay? So I'm going to press, rotating my hand onto him, pulling my fingertips backwards, so when he presses back into me, it's not easy for him at all. This could be if he tries to go for a takedown or whatever, I could be pressing him away and I can still hit him freely with my other hand, just because I'm not really emphasizing too much strength in this, using my muscles to lock this arm. It's all structure, okay? Same goes for if he decides to lock my arm, right? So, giving him door paksa, he now catches me, he's super quick. He's got some Steven Seagal Aikido skills. He's got me into some kind of arm lock over here. I've lost my center line, it's past his shoulder, so I need to regain my position over here. So the first thing is, as he puts the arm lock on, I gum sao down to escape his arm lock. Next is the shoulder butt, because these two motions go together quite nicely. And I can just lean or step in for the shoulder butt. So again, come over here, boom, and come through. He may, now when we're talking about the rear gum saos, not only can you use this for the obvious application, if he was to try to bear hug me from behind, I could palm him, or if he's actually got the bear hug, I can actually just move to the side and palm him. These are obvious applications. We can also use this for the arm locks as well. So again, I've come through, he's got a massively strong grip. I can't get out, he's very quick, and he's turned me all the way over. Okay, so again, traditionally, some people will actually palm with the same hand. I find that incredibly difficult, especially if he's got any kind of strength or technique. So we use it on the other side so you can see it easier. Here we go, right? I use my opposite hand to palm him, rotate back out, and punch him. Okay? Double gum saos to the front. So, again, this is quite common in the Chi Sao programs. Much harder to pull off in actual combat. So, in Chi Sao, for instance, I'll be around, I'll jut sao, and then give him the double palms to the body. Okay, if he's got his guard over here and I've jut sao him, I could palm him to the body, but I'd much rather, if I jut sao him, if he's pulled his head down, I'd much rather just hit him and go for finishing blows over here. A more regular application that we have in our school is if he delivers the Thai clinch, or the plum they call it. So as he pulls me down, he's going to try and deliver his knees, and he needs his hips to drive his knees into my face, right? So I need to stop this. So I'll do the double gum saos just to get my position back, and then I can start to escape his clinch. Okay? Actually, while we're down here and I've been pulled down, I can actually go to the double lance as an application for those now. So he's pulled my head down and I realise that I've lost my position. It's too late, my hips are too far back, he's very strong. I need to gather my thoughts for a second. So I do the double lance out, he delivers his knees, I can just drop these in before I start coming up and fighting my way out. Okay, so the double lance saos, as well as that application, fantastic one, the double lance sao, the bar arm, right? So it is used to control his bridges as well as hit him, as well as compress him also. So let's just say, for instance, he's done a larp sao and punch. I can use this to start to own this space over here, own this position. This is the compression over here, and then I can start to hit him. This could happen anywhere, indoor park saos and your chi sao. I wouldn't just park sao him, especially on the inside. I want to use my bar arm to control as much of whatever's going on here as possible. Also, when you're in close, and we're fighting away, hit him with the bar arm. I can hit him to the body with the bar arm. I can hit him, the slight rotation that we worked, I can hit him up and down and move him about with this bar arm over here. I find it really, really helpful in sparring when people start to guard up and they block over here. I'll give the bar arm just to stop him momentarily. I can pull it across and then I can apply my hook with it also. Okay, so now we're on to the Fak saos. So traditional application, again, it's just nice to know, but I want to see a video of someone doing it, and you send it to me if someone actually can apply this in the same way. So traditionally, you have two people on either side and you have this double Fak sao. We can chop them both in the neck. That would be definitely YouTube worthy. But more realistic application is if Jeevan tries to hit me, I can go in and give him the Fak sao. He can punch with the other hand, I can do it equally as well. Also, if he punches in, do it the other side, you can see it better. I can just slide and give him the Fak sao, keeping my elbow low because I'm always trying to control his bridge over here. Okay, same thing when you do the larp saos, larps and punches. So I'm here, I can pull him down, rotate my hand out. I'm not chopping him this way. Remember, it's elbow first, okay? So I can control his bridge. I can also start to destroy his bridge. I can use my elbow to hit him on the chest. If he's too close, why not use your elbow to make some space before I deliver the rest of the Fak sao? Okay, the Fak sao, because we articulate our structure, so we can try and use it and weaponize it any way that we can. So not only can I hit him with the outside of my arm with the Fak sao, I can also hit him on the way back in as well. Nothing wrong with that. This is a great setup for certain grapples, and to get hit on the back of the neck is terrible. It'll blind you for a second, it can also knock you out. It's actually a very underused, underrated weapon. So we have the jut saos over here. I love using this against people that have very, very stiff guards, okay? So Jeevan has his very like boxer or street fighting guard over here, and rather than try to punch my way in, I can start to jut him down, which pulls his head down and opens up a whole host of things. If we're talking traditional applications over here, I could come through, do the jut sao, and apply the T sao. I could go through, do the jut sao, double palm, T sao. Okay, in actual combat, we'll be sparring and I'll do single arm jut saos, or we're fighting, we'll do the jut sao, then come in, control and destroy his bridge and start to hit him. Okay, the tok saos. So in in our Chi Sao section number 7, there's a whole bunch of movements put together, so it actually serves a purpose of training for power, the body for power development. So this is all a bunch of partner exercises that you can do to actually get a better feel of what to do with your body and how to develop the power, okay? So I'm here in the double Tan Sao position. Jeevan decides to give me the Bu Saos to the eyes, yeah? So obviously I'm not going to let him. The mistake people make with the form will translate very horribly over into application. So if you just lift or bend at the elbows here, this is what happens. I poke myself in the eyes. Not very smart. I bend my elbows, then I lift with my back. So it drives him away, it uproots him. Okay, it's going to be very difficult for him, but he gets to do some training as well. Because if he keeps his shoulders nice and relaxed, he won't get so uprooted, okay? So from here, he goes for his Bu Saos. There we go. Now from this position, he can start training his long bridge Gum Saos. Ah, Jeevan. Yes. Keep your arm locked. Let's try again. Use your core, there we go, drop your weight. What he doesn't want to do is do the Gum Saos so low that he pulls me back onto him. It's meant to pin, it keeps me away from him, okay? And then we play the game again. He tries to give me the Bu Sao. Yeah, and then we can swap. Yeah. Got it? So this is a great training tool, great training exercise to develop the power over here. Finally, the T Sao. So, as I've shown you the traditional application earlier, I can just double Jum Sao here or double Jut Sao and give him the T Sao underneath the chin. If your wrists aren't that conditioned, you can start to give him the T Sao on the neck, which I think works way better. So there you go. There's all the application and details for section number 4.